Okay, last time that I was telling you a story that has happened to me, I told you about my first externship, right, in ZooMed that I got at the zoo. And I stayed there for a long time. I think I stayed there for 2 years in the local zoo in my town. Then what I did was every summer, instead of taking vacation, I would extern in a different zoo out of town. And back then, we're talking about 20 years ago, there were like 3 main zoos in Brazil, where I'm from. And I had already managed to do externships, or at least guarantee my position in 2 of them. But the largest one, which was in São Paulo back then, the largest zoo, I could not, like, they wouldn't even take my calls. They wouldn't, like, it was impossible. I didn't have anyone there, no networking, nobody I knew, nobody that knew someone, nothing. So I kept trying, kept leaving messages, emails, whatever, like smoke signs. Couldn't hear from them, right? So when I was doing like my summer externship in one of these 3 major zoos, and it was in Sorocaba in Brazil, I was there one day and we were gonna have an outing, everybody together, the veterinarians, the students, everybody, and we went to eat pizza. And then as we were going, these people from São Paulo Zoo, which again is the zoo I wanted to extern, came and they were transporting some large bird. I think it was a rhea, I don't remember exactly, but they had to stay for overnight so the animals could rest, right? So because they were going to another zoo in Rio de Janeiro. So they stopped by, and then one of the veterinarians of the zoo, of the São Paulo Zoo, was there. And so the Sorocaba Zoo veterinarian said, hey, do you want to go with us? Have pizza. We're going tonight, just now. We're leaving. And we're like, oh yeah, I need to eat, so I'm going to go. So we did, we all did, right? And I was not going to miss the opportunity, right? As you know me already. So in the middle of the dinner, his watch kept beeping and beeping and beeping. And I noticed that his watch was the same as mine that I had back then. And that's what we used back then, children, for alarm, for everything, right? Because we didn't have a cell phone, right? I had a camera to take pictures, no cell phone. And I used my watch to look at the time and also to have alarms to wake up and whatnot. So I looked, and he's like very mad, like, I can't make this thing work, this alarm, and I can't turn it off. I tried everything and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I can fix it for you. And then he looked at me like, you? And I said, yeah, I can fix it for you. And he looked at us and he's like, all right. I said, well, but if I do, because he was not believing I was going to fix machismo, you name it, right? Use it in your favor when you can. So he's like, you? I said, yeah. And he was like, really? I said, yeah. And he's like, all right. Like, he was not believing I was going to do it. So I said, well, okay. So if I manage to turn off your alarm, you need to give me an externship at São Paulo Zoo. And he's like, all right. Because he really did not believe I was going to do it. Like, there was a highly competitive externship that you had to apply like years before, even though like just to apply, it was hard. So he handed me the watch. And I think that's when he realized I had the same watch. And then I like, boop, 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 boop. I fixed it and I gave it to him. I said, done. So now what's your email? Because I want my externship. And they had to squeeze me in because there were no spots available. And that's how I got that externship.